Well, today I'm going to paint a picture based upon this reference picture I have here of Westonbirt Arboretum in the west of England. I mean, fall colours, autumn colours, are just magnificent. Pretty much all over the UK. We're well placed this year for a great show. But of course, this is an amazing collection of lovely trees. I visited it several times, and here's a picture reference. So I'm going to have a go at this. I've got to get those colours, obviously. We're going to offset them against these greens and make sure I've got those sky holes as well. So we've got some depth there, and I've got the shadows under these trees on the left there and the right here. That's important as well. And we want our eye to go in to get this light patch of green there where that figure is. So I'm going to have a go at that. I've got my canvas is toned at the moment, a sort of umber and just sort of neutral browny colour. So I'm going to have a go at this. Got a various collection of paints put on here on my board. Usual cadmium red, crimson alizarin, lemon yellow, cadmium yellow, sap green, viridian. Got a couple of blues there, cadmium, ultramarine, umber and orange. I've got an orange here and titanium white as well. So I think I should probably just start with the block in. So let me get a little brush here. What I've got, it's number 8 Graduate. So I'll do this one, Filbert, so I can get a nice mapping in. So I'm just going to block in here, and these will approximate colours, of course. This one actually goes to the top there. Got some lighter tree projecting in there. But I said this is just a block in really. See if I've got the right sort of shape. Nice tree coming in here. And of course got that big red one here, which we'll go for. And it's got a nice tree silhouette. Here all we see the main beams and boughs of it. Horizon line just about there, just below halfway really. You don't want to have it halfway, you don't want to divide your picture up like that. Yes, I think that'll do. Much darker here under the trees. Using a bit of sap green here. I think we'll get a bit of umber in it as well. Make this a lot darker in here. Under here. Right. Right. Now I think I could get straight in and put some of these colours, magnificent colours that we've got. And let's put my palette down there for a minute. Make some room. I need. Never got enough room. For me anyway. Alright, let's clean this brush. I'm using Winsor & Newton Artisan water mixable paints. There's, some people say, is there any difference? I think there's very little difference. It's just the chemists have been able to formulate a paint which is performs in many ways just like the conventional paint, but of course you can clean it. The cleanup is phenomenal. It's so easy. Got a mixture here of cadmium and crimson alizarin. I'm trying to get the main shape at the moment. So I will be getting lots of little holes in there and varying tones as we go down the road a little bit, but for the moment let's just get some sort of shape. I notice it's much darker in elements there, so when we put the sky holes in and vary these tones as we go. They come right down here actually. And here we have a different sort of tree. What I've got to do in the final analysis, of course, is get the shapes. Each tree has its individual shape, and you have to paint what you see, as they say, not what you know. Don't make assumptions that a tree looks like this. Try and look at the tree very critically, just as a shape, just as an individual shape. That's starting to come there. And this filbert with the rounded end, that will help me get something of the shape of this particular tree. And how high should I bring that one? We want different tonal values too. I think I'm going to put a little bit of ultramarine in my mix there, so I can show the shadowy areas. Let's get a little bit more in there. Sort of where the sun doesn't get. You see a little darker areas here as well. And of course right under here. It's particularly dark. Right there. Of course we've got some darks in here as well. I can actually see the boughs, some of all the branches come down. We're probably a bit too early for that. Let's not get involved with that for the moment. Darker areas there. I'm staying with a pretty big brush. I'm going to keep it loose. And just see how it turns out. Not put too much pressure on myself. It's easy to do that actually. Yes, starting to get somewhere with that. Got a dark area under here. But we've got to put a lot more different colours in there as well as we go. And right in the back there, quite a dark area, so I think we could put some dark green in there. That's it. This green cuts into this tree a little bit there. So we'll try and vary the greens, yellows, so it's a particularly magical time of the year here. If you get a chance, do go and visit Westonbirt Arboretum. practice and fiddle around with the with those branches and limbs yet. I think we're a little bit early up in the tree anyway, because we need to put some more colours in there, more tones. Big shadow under here, sort of purpley shadow. And also out here as well. Make some more of that. Let's soften that a little bit. That dark green area. Get more green out here, I think. Some rather lighter greens we want here. Sort of a bit lemony. Well, I'm using the lemon to lighten it, and not quite the colour to call it lemon yellow, but that's better. And I notice we've got yellows poking their heads out under this tree here. Through the trees we see it, and also along here. Into the distance, and we've got to get some oranges as well. Yes. We've got some of that. Yes, that's the orange coming now, projecting a little bit into our scene there. But we've got to get some oranges and different tones in here. And we've got some yellows here we can put projecting into our scene. So let's make sure we've got a bit of iridium there. That's just a little bit too fierce in places. We have some of our sap yellow here. I think this needs to be a bit lighter. That's better. We've got to get some different reds in here, slightly different. Ah, yes, that's think a little better when we put some sky holes in. I think it's looking too confused at the moment. We need to see the shadows coming under there. Right. I think, generally speaking, we need to have a much darker element in here. It's not got to have that light and dark. I'm missing it at the moment. Got to be soft at this margin as well, along here. There's a bit darker green as well, a flash of green in there. So a bit of green coming out there as well, darkish green, blending in with this dark under here. Right. Put some more oranges, I think. And cooler, yes. Let's get some lighter colours, pinky colours coming, I think. Yes, there's a little bit of pink here. Right. Orange. Yes, right in the middle there we've got to put in some sky holes elements. A little pink here, I think. Comes down here a little bit. Of course, all these as well. All this tray, I think we need to deal with that colour, a little bit of cadmium red there. Yes, I need a smaller brush, I think. Let's get a smaller one. Something that will have more control over. Yes, something like this now. Rather battered old flat. But that will help me get a little bit more control there. Yes, I think coming together a little bit. I think we'll cut into this with the sky colour in there. I think that will help me a little bit there. A bit more lateral here as well. So I've just got to get that shape. Right, now let's think. I think I need some sort of orange in there as well. So let's get some of that. Just emphasize that margin sticking out from behind this red one is really good orange. And we've got oranges in there. Plus I think I need to put a few dabs of green as well. I can't have it all red. We won't read right. Right, now I think we need to pay more attention to this tree right is in the middle. We'll tidy up on this as well when we've got some sky holes, I think. But let's get something of this tree here. I want to show those boughs as well, though, those main trunks. So I'll re-emphasize those, I think, as I go. And we need to bring in some green into this foreground here. And some of them have got a lighter tone, a little bit of lighter green. Actually, let's get a yellow or green in some of these areas here. right under there. Got a lovely splash of yellow. And of course out here, got a really yellow bit of bright green grass. I've got to make sure I've got that. Squint my eyes now. Let's see if I've got it. Try and soften some of those bits there. Yes. Green speckledy bits seem to come out into our trail here. A little bit darker under here. We're not getting into the sun, of course. This is shading it. So we've got to get those skull holes somewhere along the line. It's, yes, I've got to have it pretty dark under here too. Cut in a little bit. There's some dark in there too. Some of these holes in the tree where the shadows are. So I think we have to get that shadow comes out here a lot more. So let's go right ahead and see if we can. When I put some more branches over these sky holes, it might help it read a little bit as well. Let's some fairly thickish paint. Lots of little holes. I think it comes if I cut in here a bit too. That might help. Yes. So I think if I get a little brush now, see if I can paint some small twigs over it. I think that should help me a little bit. Actually, well, I've got a big brush, I can adjust some of these greens. Need a bit of attention. That's it. these greens. Yellows can be quite vivid. Great shafts of light coming through. Yes, I think a little bit of foreground texture, that will always help. Dark in there, really dark. I use a bit of umber, I think. A little umber and ultramarine. Give me a bit of a dark in there. Look at that, not too dark back there. Right. Need a bit of texture here. It's all of fallen leaves. A lot of fallen leaves there. So let's get a small brush. See if I can, something with an edge perhaps. Let me think. What do I got here? Yes, I've got some new oil brushes I bought recently. This round here, a number 2 round. Let's see if I can produce a few lay a few lines there. Very tricky. Oh yes, you have to just lay it very lightly on when you have wet paint. It's kind of tricky to and roll the brush too is a good idea. Because we've got little ones coming. Some of these are little tiny twigs as well. I've got to try and suggest that. I think I need to tickle in some dark reds over some of these big boughs really. Try some darker oranges perhaps. Yes, I think we're going to have some variety here. I haven't got that tree yet. I've got this. I've got the big boughs in for this one yet. Yes, that's better. That's better. They're starting to come now. I can put some more tree branches over these to soften some of this. As long as I've got some of the main structures in, I think. Help it read a little better, and I know big one in there. That's a bit better. We've got some coming in here. Ah, yes, coming together. But I'm not sure what I've got this tree. I think I need some tones there. I think that's might be my problem. Let's see what we can get. Yes, I think it needs to be a little bit lighter. It's further away, isn't it? Of course, if you have stronger colors, they tend to come closer to you. And that's what was wrong there. Essentially a green tree, but it was further away. So I need to have cooler colors. Push that back a little bit, tending towards the blue spectrum really. Or I've got a bit of Naples there. Yes, a little bit of edge around there. And I think perhaps we can cool this a bit as well. Some of these areas. Right. And a few darker little elements in there. Try and touch in lightly. Suggest some leaves and structures. Let's have a look. I got enough yellow in here? I don't think so. Let's get Something nice going there. Yes, that's what I'm missing. I need more yellow. Let's clean that brush. In fact, I might use my palette knife. I can find that I'm done with it. When you want your palette knife, you can't find it. Oh, there it is. Hidden away. So I've got a nice little point on that. So I think I'm going to see if I can't. Oh yes. A little bit of colour here and there. As I said, it's a magnificent place to visit. Haven't been for a few years, but I think I'm due for another one. Right. I think we could do something with the greens on that tree, perhaps. And also some red sorted again. Some ochres as well. Say some of the trees, different trees poke their heads out behind some you see initially. In our foreground as well. Add a bit of texture. Catch a bit of the light as well. Right, how's it looking? Now if I have a look through my camera, sometimes that's a good idea. Helps you see in a different perspective. Bits of my board showing there when I scratch it with my palette knife, which gives a bit of light actually. See, a little bit of light there. Yes, I think I might leave that like that. I put a bit more colour variety in here. I think I should. Bit of ochre and that cadmium red, a bit of alizarin. Does give it those different splashes that you get. Certainly there were, and here a little bit as well on this underside. Well, there you are. I think I've pretty much finished. I think my camera's about to die on me now, but I hope you enjoyed it. It's my view of Westonbirt Arboretum in the Cotswolds, so do make a visit if you're passing by. Also, if you like this, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already, and look forward to showing you my next painting sometime. Thanks for watching.